Hey, family. Can you see me?
Yeah, I accidentally joined.
I can't see you, brother.
Yeah, because I accidentally joined. Hold up.
Ac- Accidentally? What you mean accidentally, brother?
There are no accidents, right?
No accidents.
Yeah.
No accident here.
I was pressing a lot of love to you, and then it
Yeah, you was pressing that love. That's what
I was
happened.
pressing that love.
That's what
So then I
happened.
got
He was pressing that love. He got
I was
pulled into
pressing all
love.
that love, my brother. Oh,
Man, hey, I received the love, man, and
that's it.
I receive you, brother. How are you today?
Wow. Yeah, I feel really good, man. And wow, it's a bright, sunny, beautiful day. Yeah, man. I mean, New York has never looked so lovely to
For
me.
sure, for sure. Today is a particularly sunny day in New York.
Yes, sir. It
Awesome.
feels like the summer weather is really coming through.
Awesome. I can kind of see you. I can
Yeah,
make out your
let me
face a
see
little
if I
bit.
can. Yeah, thank you for saying. Is that a little better?
A
Just a
little, yeah, a
tiny
little
bit.
better. Yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
I tend to stay in the dark.
What keeps you in the dark most days?
Um oh yeah, I'm just a night owl, so I really enjoy dim lighting. I like it dark. I kind of shine bright in that darkness.
You a
Yeah.
star. You a
That's
star.
it, my brother. That's it. That's it. Thank you, King.
He said, "I shine bright in the darkness."
Yes, sir. So I've been told. Yeah, and I really received that.
I love that. I love that, man. Yo,
Yes, thank you,
brother,
brother.
I love your name as well, Houdini. That's your actual name.
That is my actual name, brother.
Man, man, strong name. Strong. I don't even know where is that
Mhm.
name from originally.
Okay, so why Harry Houdini? hmm So the magician, he was a world famous magician, from Brooklyn, New York, and he was a pioneer in magic and illusion, and he got that name from his idol, whose last name was Houdin, which was a French magician. hmm So he made himself a little Houdin. His Italian friend at the time told him, "You should name yourself Houdini. That means little Houdin." He said, "All right." Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, brother.
okay. So
Yeah.
instead of Houdini the magician,
Mm-hmm.
you put Houdini the tantric. So what is
Yes, sir.
tantric or tantra?
Yes, sir.
How has that impacted your journey or influenced your journey the
Mm.
most?
Yeah, exactly. The most. It feels like because Tantra. So, so before Tantra, um, the Christian faith and path was my form of spiritual expression. And once the universe brought Tantra into my life, it enhanced my spirituality like a hundredfold because it allowed for all parts of me to be expressed um, spiritually. So there was nothing that felt like was evil, bad, or wrong. It was more that the difference between doing something that is messed up or not is that there's a spiritual component to it. So then it alchemizes it. Either it's for the light or for the dark. And so that allowed for even sensuality and sexuality, which are parts that we all have as human beings, to be expressed however ways are unique and genuine to who we are as an individual. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for
Yes,
that.
sir.
Thank you for that
Yes,
clarity
sir.
because when you
Yes,
say
sir.
it allowed all parts of you to be expressed,
Yeah.
spiritually, like all these parts of you,
Yeah.
and somebody's hearing the word tantra, like
Yeah.
how would you describe maybe not just like the sensation, but
Mm-hmm.
how is it
Yeah.
in relation to how we live our lives? Is there a way to live tantric, like a tantric lifestyle?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think it begins with what I started to say earlier. That's such an excellent question, because that's the thing. Tantra can be for many a path, and that's what it showed up as in my life. It was like showing me the path that I was actually really designed to walk, and it's because it's a path, it's complex, so I could say that each individual, it looks a little different how tantra is expressed, but one thing that is common, or that in the sense that is the same throughout, is that it's your unique individual expression of tantra. Like, it feels genuine to you as a being, so we're all so unique. But yeah, when we honor what that uniqueness is in a spiritual conscious way, then yeah, it's one way of describing how tantra is allows you to express that in your life, because yeah, it doesn't demonize you. If anything, it empowers you, and it shows you that light that you are. hmm like you said, a
That light
star.
in the darkness.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Showing you that light in the darkness. I love it.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah, man.
man, thank you for this breakdown and expressing this, because,
Yes, brother.
being that expression of uniqueness,
Mm.
what do you feel like was the one thing that gravitated you
hmm
towards living a tantric life?
hmm
Was it a book that introduced you? Was it a person that introduced you, a mentor, or how did you first get introduced?
Yeah, this is actually an amazing story, and I feel like I could actually say it briefly, and I feel that you'll really appreciate it and feel the impact. So, I was drawn to go to an ayahuasca ceremony. A friend of mine at the time was going. She mentioned it to a few people. No one was interested. I was super interested, and so she was like, "Oh yeah, you could come with me." I said, "Definitely, bet I'm there. I feel really called." She said, "Well, this is it. It calls you." I said, "Wow, all right." So again, this was new, me going from the Christian path now to this what felt like a spiritual new path. So then I get to the place, my brother, and then I'm we're all assigned rooms, and one of the rooms, I meet this person, and we hardly say any words to each other, but we really vibe. So it was a weekend experience. At the end of that experience, the shaman that was leading us in the ayahuasca, me and him really hit it off, and he drove me home because we felt like brothers from other mothers. And he drove a few other people at the same time. Then he offered to a few other people, and they came. And on the way back home, he says to me, "I feel like I'm meant to tell you that you're supposed to do tantra. Do you?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, yeah. What do you think about that?" I said, "I feel like a yes." And then he goes, "That's amazing." He said, "Do you even know what tantra is?" I said, "Brother, I have no idea, but I'm 100% yes." He goes, "Oh my God, you're amazing. Like, you're really following your intuition." I said, "Yeah." And then he describes what tantra is, and I start laughing, and I go, "You imagine if I had said no?" He goes, "Exactly. That's so funny." So then when I get home, right? A day or two later, the lady I met at the event that I hardly said any words to, but we vibed, and we even hugged one time in the event, and everyone said, "Oh my gosh, you look like a couple." And we had not even hung out or talked or anything, and they took a picture. I still have the picture. So she calls me, and I tell her this story about what the shaman said in the car to me, and she goes, "You don't know what I do you?" I said, "No, I don't even know who you are." And she goes, "I'm a tantrika. I'm a tantra teacher." And we both were quiet for like 2 minutes. And then she said, "I guess I'm teaching you tantra." I said, "I guess you are then." And for a year and a half, she apprenticed me in tantra. Mm-hmm.
Oh, a year
So
and a
that was
half?
a year and a half, my brother.
Whoa, whoa. And how long ago was this?
Oh, good question. This was back in 20 this was like 2013.
2013. Okay, some years
2012,
ago.
2013.
So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
a year, yeah, 2012, 2013, those are definitely transformational times for a lot of people.
Yes, my
Yeah,
brother.
2012.
That's
And
right.
a year and a half apprenticeship. What was that even like for you? Like, it sounds life changing.
Yes, it was. It was life altering because I mean, I really got to be I got to study it intensely. And I love that it was one on one because I really thrive when I'm taught one on one. When I'm taught in groups, it's harder, but when I'm one on one, it's really focused, And yeah, I had that one on one time with her. We would spend like once a week in training, and sometimes we would spend a few days back to back in that once a week time. And man, I learned so much, and I grew to the point where after that year and a half, she said to me, um, I feel like I need to pay you now. I said, wow, that was such a humbling moment when she told me that. I said, my own teacher just said to me, she feels like I'm teaching her now, like she's supposed to pay me. That's amazing. And what was beautiful, my brother, it was around the energy. That was the part that I noticed she was really, she felt like I even started to surpass her, which is what every teacher wants, right? You want your student to take everything you teach them and take it to the next level. So that's what happened. She taught me everything, and then I took the energy part and I took it to the next level. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm learning from you now." I said, "Wow."
Man,
So yeah, brother.
the student becomes the teacher.
Yes, sir.
The
Exactly,
the
man. It's
disciple becomes
amazing.
the master.
Yes, sir. Woo-hoo!
Man. So
Those are magical words.
so brother Houdini, when you
Yes.
saying that you're undergoing these
Yes, sir.
sessions and you're doing some of these back to back and you're doing all this stuff for that
Yeah.
year and a half,
Yes,
what
sir.
did the training actually look like? Like,
Yes.
could you illustrate like what that actually looked like between you and her to train in tantra?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just give me a second because I'm noticing I need to put the charger on. Um, so yeah, one of the things it looked like was so when we first started, this one I'm really proud of. I'm trying to move this. One of the things that she
Yes, yeah, so we
yeah,
can see your face.
exactly.
We
Let
can
me
see
move
you
it
in
for
here.
now.
There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
I'll put it back in a second. One of the things that was really telling that this was really a universal, you know what I mean, is that she asked me would I do two ceremonies with her to start our journey as apprentice and teacher. And I said I wouldn't have it any other way. So she guided me in two ceremonies. Um, and those ceremonies had to do with us surrendering to Shakti and Shiva, the god and goddess, for them to work through us in this apprenticeship. And the other one was a like a spiritual union agreement that we would be with each other throughout this training time as partners, romantically and sexually. Wow, in relationship, companionship. I'm so glad I did those with her because it allowed for her to teach me not only in intimate moments but even just sitting with her cross-legged and meditation. Even we would do all kind of different meditations, whether it was eye gazing, cross-legged in front of each other, cuddle, like all kind of things. And that's what it looked like. It looked like just all these different practices, all these forms of connecting and meditating that allowed us to experience all these aspects of deep energy and touch and embodiment and sensuality, and all of it being sacred and conscious and intentional. Yeah, it showed me that I could just look at someone with so much focus and attention and love that we would have a spiritual experience just looking at each other.
Wow, just gazing into each other's eyes was
Yes, sir.
like a psychedelic, like a spiritual like
Yes.
experience. Okay, okay. So it's just go ahead, go ahead.
Yep, my brother. Yeah, thank you. So it's to the point that I could be on the phone with someone and we could have that kind of experience, not be and without talking any kind of sexy or sensual, just by focusing on each other, the breathing, the eyes, the energy and the imagination. You use your mind to just connect. Wow, like it,
Man.
ecstatic experiences. I mean, like a few days ago, I had this. You know, wait, a few days ago? Was it yesterday? It was earlier today. It was a few hours
Oh
ago.
snap,
Yeah.
snap.
Hmm.
Time is irrelevant when it gets into this. It
Exactly.
sounds like
Exactly. I had to look. I'm like, wait, because
it
it
sounds
happened a
like
few
yeah.
days ago, and it happened, yeah, yes, a few
Wow.
hours ago. Yes,
Wow,
sir.
wow. You must be time traveling. You must be time traveling, man, in
My
these
brother,
frequencies.
yes, yes, that's
You
it.
like,
And
was it
dimension
yesterday?
hopping. You go to different planes, you know, you go to different, because we're
Man,
right?
multi
Yeah,
dimensional
multi-dimensional.
beings. You got it.
Hmm.
So when you're talking about this, Houdini, this is fascinating
Okay.
to me what you're illustrating.
Wonderful, brother. Wonderful.
You
Yeah.
because when you're saying that you committed, was it like a commitment that you made with each other, like, okay, we're going to be in a relationship? But it doesn't sound like your traditional
You got
relationship. It sounds
it.
like a very different relationship from the
Exactly.
common societal,
That's right.
like what would you say are the main differences between your relationship with your mentor at that
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
versus like maybe any other kind of fling or
Sure.
any other relationship that you might have with a committed partner?
Sure. Yeah. So wonderful question. Yeah, that you're right. I love how you feeling that. So it's like we committed to, in a sense, a tantric union. It was like basically like a spiritual union with a unknown expiry date. Um, it was like allowing the universe to show us when that time, that when our relationship needed to end, but not end in a bad way, but just like, we met the goals that we were meant to meet. And so the difference is that we actually came in with that consciousness and awareness and that intention of being like, we're going to be together and actually heal, help each other heal, grow. We're going to love each other with everything we have. We're going to support each other with everything. Like, it was like this kind of massive love and massive spiritual mindset. So, yeah, it's like super, super intentional, which, as you know, is very rare out here in the world, to come with that kind of attitude to a relationship. Because a lot of times, not unfortunately, but the reality is that we've been taught to fulfill our needs through each other, even those wounded needs, and none of them are bad. Like, to have needs and traumas and wounds that are it all needs love and attention. But what happens a lot of times is that it tends to bring us down. It tends to bring out so much negativity. It tends to bring out the worst in us. And so when in this situation, it was like, yeah, me committing with a tantric person that brought out my tantric nature through the apprenticeship. So yeah, I got to show up as God and goddess with this woman. It was amazing.
Wow, I love how you put that, showing up as God and Goddess,
Yes, sir. Yes, my
showing up.
brother.
It sounds even more than just showing up as king and queen. You're like, we
Yes.
showing up as God and
Yes,
Goddess.
sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. That's
got it.
it.
So with that energy, was it ever hard? Was it ever challenging
Mm.
to have some of that, romantic, sexual, sensual, tantric
Mm-hmm.
communication with your partner,
Mm-hmm.
knowing
Mm.
that it was going to eventually end,
Big.
like knowing that it was
Yeah.
going to come to a
Yeah.
head at some point?
Yeah, I think so. And what's interesting is that you might find this interesting, but like, it started going so well to the point that we actually were seriously considering continuing our relationship past that. And it was quick when it happened, my brother. I was shocked, but we both felt it. And so we said, okay, let's go into this. It made sense in a way because we already did the ceremony, right? Like, okay, well, we're committed to each other, okay, with an expiry date in mind, but like, maybe not. Maybe the universe brought us together, kind of thing. So yeah, we went to like different readers and allowed them to read our energies and our charts, because I use astrology, numerology, human design charts as well, as a reader. But I love when I can have others read me too, because I'm always learning and growing. I never know it all. So yeah, so they read our energies and they say, yeah, you guys are a really good match. So basically, yeah, like at first we actually went in going, oh, we might actually stay together. But then when we saw that we wouldn't, that's where the challenge came, what you're asking. And I don't know honestly how I did it, but I think I just focused on the learnings, the teachings, and I said to myself, let me love her in every moment as long as I have her by my side. Like if I focus on that, I won't, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'll be all right. And that's what I was able to do. And honestly, our breakup, which is so amazing that we're talking about this, the universe knows what it's doing. Because I just recently went through a breakup with the woman that I was with for 4 years, going on 5. And I'll tell you, brother, the pain I've gone through with this relationship, I feel like it dwarfs a lot of breakups. And I've always felt like, yeah, like torn up about a breakup. But that one, yeah, that particular one, I guess because we came in knowing that, it actually allowed it to be, in a sense, an easier, yeah, an easier transition, if that makes sense.
Okay, so the fact that you knew it was going to be over
Mm-hmm.
at a point that
Mm-hmm.
helped the transition. You're saying it
Yeah.
was an easier let
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
because you knew you had to let go versus like the expectation of this is forever,
Yeah.
and then having that expectation be shattered.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, brother.
Because what do you say when you said that you just went through a breakup,
Yes, sir.
that was actually really like reality shattering, that was really
Yeah.
just, left
Yeah.
you in tatters or maybe like really tore your heart.
Yeah.
What would you say actually prepared you for that? Like that pain of having that be no longer. What prepared you to handle that pain?
Yeah, I would say a kind of similar thing, which is understanding that, nothing is forever, even if you spend the rest of your life with someone. And it's not like, I mean, there were times in our relationship where we wondered, are we going to stay together? Because this is really tough and maybe we're not going to be together. So there were close calls a handful of times. So that each time prepared me, I was like, one day it's very possible it's going to actually be that time. And I had a sense of that. And so, yeah, that did prepare me. Now, did it take away any of the pain? No. But it certainly did prepare me for that. And mentally, and actually, like, because it's so fresh and new, not only because of that, but we are in touch. We are still in communication regularly, and, we care dearly and love each other very much. And so that is also very helpful, as far as, yeah, this transition period. Um,
Man,
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
for that reflection because even what you said
You're
there
welcome,
at the
brother.
end, Houdini,
Mm,
that we're still in touch, we're still good friends. Some people
mm,
have issues with even being friends with someone that they've been romantic
mm,
with or
mm,
someone that they've been
mm,
intimate with on that
mm,
level. They
mm,
have like when they're done, they're done. Like they don't want to talk
mm.
to them anymore.
Right.
They don't want to associate with them anymore. They
Yes,
don't want to
sir.
see them anymore. They kind of maybe they even block them on everything. So
Yep.
what are your feelings about still remaining friends with someone who you have had that sort of bond with? How do you treat
Yeah,
that?
that's a great question. So, I mean, yeah, and it's so interesting. I love, because, we're all about words and the power of words and things like this. And um recently we had a little, like, you know, not back and forth, but, like, we expressed this thing to each other. And she said, like, oh, boo, 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 friends. And I said, well, I would not call you my friend because we were lovers. And she said, oh, and I said, yeah, yeah, I'm not saying that I'm going to stop caring for you or that I'm going to stop communication. Like you said, all the things. It's not that I'm suddenly going to just cut you off or anything like this. I just mean, friends to me is people who start off as friends. And even if you start off as friends and then you end up in a relationship, it's easy to go back to friends because you started off as friends. I said, you and I didn't start off as friends. However, you will always remain my lover in the sense that, yeah, that's what we were. And even though we're not sensual and sexual and romantic anymore, yeah, you're not in that category of friends. But that, again, I said it may very well be that we find that we'll end up hanging out or whatever. But, and she understood what I meant. So that's why we're in communication with each other, because, yeah, I mean, this woman, I mean, we were considering having a child together and being married. So, like, this is someone that is near and dear in my heart and soul. And this is what we would call each other soulmates. You know, we have that spiritual connection. So what I would say is, like, to answer that question, it's about really being genuine and sincere, because you know the ego can really sneak up on you when you're, you know this, right? Yeah, when you're in pain like that. I understand completely. I mean, we're lucky and fortunate that we can cry tears of joy along with tears of pain. Like, we can actually look at each other and cry over the phone and say, wow, I love you, I care about you, thank you for being in my life. Like, yeah, instead of like yelling at each other and blaming each other, like, you know, it's amazing we're not doing that. So that's how I want it to remain between us, you know. And she does too. And so I think that that's what it, you know, we're scared sometimes to say the truth. And I'm like, I consistently do my best to break through the fear and the ego to just say the damn truth. And I'm like, yo, the truth is I love you. The truth is this hurts. The truth is I miss you, you know. And it also, so, you know, like, encourages her to do the same, even in those moments where she might be gripped with fear, and vice versa. Sometimes she'll say something and I'm like, wow, you are helping me to like embrace more of my truth. And then boom, and then I say more of my truth. And so this is what happens, like this, not the Serenity Prayer, that poem that says our deepest fear, you know, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
right?
think it's Mariam
That's right.
Williamson. Wait, I can't see you. I can't see you, brother.
Here
Where
we
are
are
you?
again, my brother. Yeah, I
Okay,
had
there
to
you
charge it
go.
a little more.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate,
that's right.
but that we are powerful beyond
Beyond measure.
measure.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond measure. Like you don't
Sir.
serve the world by playing small, you know,
Yes.
it doesn't serve the world, you know.
Yes, sir.
That's a powerful poem.
Yes, my brother. I
Powerful
say
poetry.
amen. You
So
know?
when you
Yeah,
when you're
man.
speaking this, Houdini, you know, and you said, by the way,
Mhm.
you're human design.
Yes, sir.
Are you a projector, or what are you in human design?
That's correct.
You're a projector?
Yes, sir. My fellow projected brother over here.
Oh man.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
see, now I just guessed you were a projector. I'm a
Okay.
generator. I'm
Oh,
a
okay, cool.
generator,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
but
yeah. That's
but
what's up.
I'm a 2-4
Cool.
generator, but I guess you're a
Ooh.
projector because I know my projector friends, they know
Yeah.
how to deal with darkness. You know, they know how to deal with the
Wow.
darkness. And you said at the beginning that you kind of live in the darkness,
That's right.
you know? Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing because you said 2'4". I'm a 6'2", so we both have the
Okay.
two. Mm-hmm.
We got that too.
And you're the first person to say that that's what you've experienced from projectors, and it's true because I have fellow projector friends, and we say that to each other too. It's like, wow, we really deal with this shadow work in the dark. A lot of people don't know how important that is as a spiritual being. So bless you, my brother, for saying that. Yeah, yeah, that feels
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a real recognition generated to projector right there. You calling me out like that? I love it.
Man, it's one brother to another. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes, my brother.
we gotta
Yes,
we gotta have eyes to see and ears to hear. You know, I'm just trying to use
yes,
my. So
yes. I feel
you know,
that.
before we go, I just
Mm-hmm.
want to thank you for your testimony. Like,
Oh, you're
thank you for
welcome.
sharing your
Yes, sir.
experiences. Thank you for your honest expression.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for, like you said, for telling the damn truth, right?
Mm, mm,
For telling
mm,
the damn truth. He said
mm.
sometimes you just gotta tell the damn truth. And before we go, if anybody was wondering and they heard you,
Yeah.
Houdini, and they
Yes,
said,
sir. Yes,
wow,
sir.
this tantric thing, I might want to give this a try. You know, this tantric
Mm-hmm.
life, this lifestyle, like to be in
Mm,
tantric, you know, to maybe find someone to be committed, to have
mm,
that time.
mm.
What would be the advice you would have for somebody to take those steps into tantra? Like, what advice would you give for someone who wants to try it out for themselves?
Yeah, I mean, a few things. That's a wonderful question. One would be, of course, I recommend that, you know, when it comes to this, and I can only, you know, say what I've done. I don't like telling people something I'm not willing to do myself. I went through apprenticeship with someone, so I definitely encourage that because when you find the right person for yourself, because not everyone's a match, right, as a teacher student relationship, but when you find that right teacher, it's something very special about learning tantra. from a teacher as opposed to merely on a book or an online course or something like this that doesn't give you that personal touch. It's very powerful because it's a path and because it's, you know, highly spiritual and universal. I think it's important to do that, to find a teacher. And obviously people can contact me and I will guide them. I'm really, honestly, I don't work with everyone, but I do have a network of people. And if you know, if we're not a match, it's very possible that I could refer someone that might be a match, or they'll refer you to that person, you know. Yeah, I think that's really it. Thank you, my brother. Yeah.
Awesome.
Brother.
Awesome. And people
Yes,
can
sir.
follow you like do you have a website, or
I
should people
do.
just go to your Instagram? Okay, what is
Yeah,
your
they can go
website?
to my Instagram, and also right there is my website, but I could also tell you it here. And that's my first and last name, which is HoudiniOwens.com. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
HoudiniOwens.com.
Yes,
Beautiful.
sir.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Awesome, man.
sir.
Well, brother, thank you so much, and just
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the rest of your day, the New
Thank you, my
York
brother.
sunlight,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
blessings.
Uh,
We'll stay tuned.
you too, my brother. One love, my brother.
All right. One
Yes,
love.
sir.
Take care.